Hi everyone, I'm Chef Leroy and welcome to my cozy kitchen. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I certainly am. The weather here in Minnesota, pretty chill, but at least the sun is kind of out, a little bit partly cloudy, but anyway, it's not raining. We've had a lot of rain the last few days. Anyway, today I want to do an indoor dish. This is basically a one skillet meal. It's got two kind of twists to it, but I'll show you that step as we go. I wrote my recipe down today. This is a curry fried potato and sausage dish. All right, the sausage I'm using 1 pound. These are links, or 1/4 pound links. This is actually a burnt end brisket sausage, brand new out on the market. I'm not sure you can even get this in the grocery store. I got a sample given to me recently, but I'm going to use that. That's an optional item. If you wanted this to stay vegetarian, just skip that step. Or if you want to use a different type of meat or a different type of sausage, go ahead and do that. But I have 1 pound of sausage. All right, other ingredients I have. Well, you can't make a potato dish without potatoes, so I've got 2 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes. I'm going to peel these. All right, we'll go over the other ingredients that I have. I've got a half of a medium-sized yellow onion. I've got a large green bell pepper, and I've got some sweet bell pepper that I pulled from my garden. They're multicolor. I'm going to use this. This is about the equivalent of a large sweet bell pepper. I've got a small head of cabbage. This is 1.11 ounces of cabbage. By the time I core it, it'll probably be closer to a pound. Okay, that's not that, significant, but if you're somewhere around about a pound of cabbage, you're going to be perfect. All right, we're also going to use some extra virgin olive oil. I'll give you all the increments as we go along here. I've got a half teaspoon of dry thyme in this dish, and I've got 2 tablespoons of yellow curry. This is what my pack looks like here. You can use whichever type of curry you like to use. I'm using yellow curry. Now also, when I picked up some stuff at the store, I picked up this chicken broth. These are kind of cute. They're like little 8-ounce packs, 4 8-ounces. So I'm going to try a little bit of this in this dish as well. And then I've got some minced garlic. We're going to use about a tablespoon of minced garlic. All right, tools you need, obviously spoons, tablespoons. You're going to need your saute pan. I'm going to use a 12-inch nonstick saute pan. I've got my knife, and I've got a peeler and a spoon over by the stove. So let me bring this camera closer to show you what we're going to do with these vegetables, and let's get it fired up. Okay, I've got the camera over the board. So this is the sausage that I was talking about. This is the burnt ends smoked sausage. I've already sampled this. This sausage is fantastic, so I'm hoping it hits the supermarkets. All right, again, I got my board sitting here. I'm using a wooden board. First thing I want to do is I want to get my potatoes going, okay? So I'll clear my board here for my vegetables. Let's move everything to the side. Now this is the step that I like to take when I'm doing potatoes. I like to fry them off first, and then I add them later to the dish. So I'm going to add my 1 tablespoon of olive oil to this saute pan. I may need an additional tablespoon. I do have 2 tablespoons built into my recipe, 1 tablespoon for the potatoes and 1 tablespoon for the vegetables, but sometimes the potatoes soak up some of that oil. First thing we got to do is we got to peel our potatoes. So I'll just take a peeler. And just like so. I'm going to put the potatoes right into my pan right away. Okay, there you go. All right, I'm not going to peel them all on camera because that's just a little tedious, but what I want to show you is how to do the potato next. Cut your potato in half, okay? And we're going to thinly slice it, just like that, okay? See how they are? And go ahead and throw them right into your oiled pan, okay? And there you go, okay? Okay, we're at the last one here. All right, there we go. In the pan. And There we are. Okay, we'll get them on the stove and get it fired up. Okay, potatoes are on the stove. I've got it up on high, which is what you want to do. And the goal here is to brown them up nicely. And then what I do with this is I'm going to pull them, once they brown up, I'm going to pull them from the pan, and then I'm going to saute my other vegetables. And then I'll put everything back together at the end. That's kind of my little trick here. I like to cook my potatoes first. I do this for breakfast dishes all the time too. And I think that 1 tablespoon of oil is enough. Looks like it is to me. It's coated the pan pretty good. So I think we're good there. Okay, we're just going to let these cook, and I'm going to go ahead and start working on my other vegetables here. Okay, we want to utilize our time wisely, right? So the potatoes are cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and dice up my yellow onion. Potatoes are already smelling really good. I turned the pan down just slightly to a medium high because it was already, that pan gets hot really quick on the induction, so I don't want to burn my potatoes, but I want them browned up. All right, onions in the container. Now we're going to just go ahead and mix everything in the same container, it doesn't matter, okay? So go ahead and cut your pepper in half, seed it. Okay, same thing with the pepper. Go ahead and cut it into slices like this. Make sure you're keeping an eye on your potatoes. Okay, you don't have to be perfect. It's your dish. Cut them how you like. Go over to the stove here and shake my pan quick here. Make sure nothing burning. All right, they're looking great. All right, next thing we'll do is these other peppers here. Again, I took these from my garden this year. Heirloom peppers. Same thing, go ahead and seed them. All right, same thing with the sweet pepper. Go ahead and cut them into strips and dice them. Oh, this has a really nice smell to it. Okay, there you go. Peppers are in the container. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut up my cabbage. Take the bottom core part off. Cut the cabbage through the middle. Let's go shake those potatoes one more time. Oh yeah, they're looking great. Okay. Now, this is why I said that this was weighing a little over 1 pound, but once you take the core out, that doesn't have much of a core there. I think I cut it a little uneven, yep. Let's go ahead and wedge it. Okay, now that you got your cabbage basically quartered, go ahead and run your knife down, slice them into your desired size, okay? Which that's going to be my desired size. And then I'm going to dice it, just like that. Okay, go ahead and put that right into your container. And continue. All right, there you go. Cabbage is cut. Again, put it into your container. I said this is a 1 skillet meal. I didn't say it was a 1 container meal. So you do have to use a little bit of containers to make this, but it's not that hard to clean up. All right, so there we go. There's that. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that camera over to the stove and let you see how the process has gone with the potatoes. All right, here we go. Look at that. That's exactly what I wanted. Potatoes get a little bit browned up. It's going to add some nice flavor. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull my potatoes. I like the way they look. Now, you do not have to cook them completely through. That's going to happen as you add the potatoes with your vegetables and sausage. So we're going to use a little bit of that chicken broth, and that's going to finish the potatoes off. So they're just a little bit on the firm side yet. I can't squeeze them, and that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and turn the stove down a little bit. I'm going to dump them right onto this tray next to me. Put my pan back on. I'm going to add my tablespoon of olive oil. So that's my second tablespoon. Go ahead and put these vegetables right in there. Pan will be nice and hot. It's going to look like a lot, but the cabbage will cook down. As you see, it's pretty full right now, but that'll all cook down with that cabbage. We'll get some nice liquid in there too. Nice juice from the veggies. All right, let's let her cook. I'm going to go ahead and add that half of a teaspoon of dry thyme, and I will also add that 1 tablespoon of garlic. Minced garlic is what I'm using. You could use clove if you have that. I'd probably just use 1 clove. All right, while my vegetables are cooking, I'm going to work on my sausage. All right, while the vegetables are cooking, let's go ahead and work on the sausage. Sausage is optional. I'm going to cut it in half and cut it in half moons. Okay, there you go. Go ahead and put that right back on the plate that you had the sausage on. And I'm just going to hold off on this. Give you another piece, Lewis. There you go. All right. There you go, guys. All right, I'm going to put this over by the stove so it's ready to roll. All right, everything's looking great. Got my potatoes lined up here. My sausage. All we have to do is add a little bit of chicken broth and our curry to it, and basically the dish should be finished. And all you're going to do then is just cook it until your potatoes become tender. Right now they're a little bit firm still. And I'll probably cover it as well. That'll help to steam the potatoes a little bit to soften them up. Let her cook. Okay guys, I'm back at my pan and the vegetables look beautiful. Been cooking for a little while. At this point right now, the vegetables look really nice. The cabbage still is a little bit on the firm side. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of the chicken broth that I have here from Swanson. I usually use most of their products. I like them. Go ahead and add that 8 ounces of that. All right, so I've got that broth in there. I'm going to let this cook now a little bit more. And honestly, because it's not a lot of liquid, I think I'm going to go ahead and add 1 more to it. Let's go ahead and add that 1 more of that broth to it. I just wanted this to be a little bit more on the soupy consistency, because when I add the potatoes, that's going to dry it out a little bit too. All right, there we go. So there you go. There's your nice liquid. All right, let's just let her simmer. All right, now that I have my liquid in here, I decided to go ahead and add my curry to it. So this is just yellow curry powder. There's quite a few different varieties out on the market. You can choose whatever one you like. I just use this common yellow curry. Go ahead and mix that in nicely. Again, that was 2 tablespoons. Oh, it smells so good already. Woo, love it. All right, we're gonna just go ahead and let that cook. All right, I'm back to my lovely pan of cabbage and vegetables. Everything is looking really good. You can see how that curry changed everything to a nice yellow color. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add my sausage to the dish. Mix that in. Now this is going to be the time where I will cover this dish up once I get the potatoes in there. So I'm going to just go ahead and mix that sausage in there a little bit more. All right, got the sausage mixed in nicely. I'll go ahead and add my potatoes. Fold them in there a little bit. Doesn't need to be all the way in because you'll mix this a little bit later too, but I just want to get them kind of dispersed throughout the dish. This is going to be a fantastic meal on a cold day. All right, there we go. That looks great. Okay, at this point is where I'm going to cover it. Okay, I got my aluminum foil here. Cover it up nice and tight. All right, I'm just going to keep that temperature right about a low, just below medium heat. Just get it nice and hot in there. Okay, let's let her cook. Okay, I'm back to my pan, and it's been cooking for at least 20 minutes with a cover on it. On a little bit lower than medium heat. Man, does that look good. And I can already tell the potatoes are quite a bit more tender. Let's go ahead and check one. There's one here. Let's take a look. There you go. Breaks right apart. Now, as you probably noticed in the video, I did not add any salt to this. I really don't think you need to. With the chicken broth and the sausage, this will have enough salt. And if you want to add more, you can add it at the table. Well, that's it, guys. That looks beautiful. I will post a photograph of what it looked like when I dished it up. And otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and put that cover back on. I will hold it until we are ready to eat. All right, guys, I'm going to do a little recap on my curry, fried potatoes, and sausage dish that I made today. This is an absolutely fantastic dish. You guys would love this if you make it. I hope the video was easy enough to follow along with. If you'd like the video, please give me a couple thumbs up, hit that notification bell, ding, 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 and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That would be fantastic. It doesn't cost you any money to subscribe. It just lets you know when a video has been put out. I would really appreciate that if you do. And I appreciate all of you out there that have already subscribed or are watching my videos up to this day. Again, this dish is a curry dish, and you can use whatever type of curry you like. I'm using just a common yellow curry from the store. These retail packs are very inexpensive. If you get those bottle shakers, they're a lot more. So look for these in the store, okay, in the little bulk packs. The other thing I used in there is I used some chicken broth. Again, this is a Swanson product. I really like their products. I'm not sponsored by them in any means, but I really do like their products. Again, this dish took about, well, it took me about an hour and a half. It depends on how quick you want to cook things. I take a little bit longer, but I'm also doing all this videoing as well, as you know. Now, the sausage part. Now, this sausage is a burnt end brisket sausage, which is very new to the market. I don't know that you can find it in a grocery store, but you can use whatever kind of sausage you like. Kielbasa would be excellent in this, or any type of other link sausage. Again, I used 1 pound of sausage. I had 2 pounds of Yukon potatoes. Now, I like Yukon potatoes because of the flavor and the way they cook. Now, again, that skin, you do not have to skin those if you don't want to. The skin is nice and thin, but I like to peel mine. You don't have to if you don't want to. Again, this dish could be a vegetarian dish. Just omit the chicken broth and don't put the sausage in. And you know, you can use like a vegetable broth if you want to use that. This is just such a fantastic dish, and I will post a photo at the end of the video so you can see what everything looked like when I dished it up. Please leave me any comments or questions or answers or anything you'd like at the end of the video. I'd appreciate that. I'll respond to your comments as soon as I see them. Otherwise, you guys have a fantastic day. Chef Leroy and out. And thanks for watching My Cozy Kitchen.